King, thanks for joining me today.
Wicked, brother.
You're from where I'm from.
I'm from East Ham, Newham, just behind East Downtown Hall. Yeah. And it's a very multicultural place, especially now, today. But back in the 90s, early 2000s, it still had the East Ham tradition in there, and that's what I'm proud to be a part of, yeah.
Langdon vibes.
Langdon vibes, Langdon school. Yeah, we went to the same school. I didn't finish the last year, but I made it to year 10. And it was definitely one of the best experiences, man. You know what I mean? Langdon school, and just having friendship in Langdon school was just one of my best times, to be honest with you. Just growing up and just having loads of friends was just a blessing. Having loads of friends, you know, not like today. Like my kids are at home they might have like not social media, but the internet, you know, have entertainment. But we just used to go out, you know what I mean? Saturday would be like, we'll link up, go swimming or go football. Mm-hmm. That was my childhood. I had a real childhood, man.
I've been asking a few people like kind of what music's been helping them get through lockdown. But I don't know, with you, has it been your work? Has it been cooking? What's been getting you through, man?
It's been cooking, mate. When I was when the restaurants were all open, all three up and running, I was on the road all the time, so it would be a lot of takeaways. Do you know what I mean? Vegan takeaways, vegan junk food. My friends owned a vegan restaurant, so I'll just go and grab a vegan burger, a vegan doner. It was mainly fast food. So since lockdown, I've been doing a lot of home cooking. You know what I mean? I've lost a bit of weight. You know what I mean? So it's just been great to get into cooking again. Been baking and just been doing home cooking. Do you know what I mean? Rather than running in a restaurant, I've been at home and cooking. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. That's my relaxation, and obviously music in the background.
Yeah. What kind of part does music play in the creation of dishes and then just the working environment?
It comes together sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially when you're at home and you want to open a beer or have a glass of wine and cook. Like music's in the background all the time, and you know I'm gonna have a selection. So mainly to be honest with you, it's mixed. And I like old school music, like old school R&B. It just depends on the vibe, do you know what I mean, and the day. And if something's new that's dropped in England, London, that's going to be definitely on in the background as well. So it just depends. It's a mix. It's a mixture, really, with music and food with me, definitely.
Who taught you how to cook, and when was that? And when did you see it as a profession?
I mean, being brought up in with my father as a cook, do you know what I mean, a professional cook. And I remember him used to bring home cuts of meat and just bringing home food. And that's when I kind of knew that my dad was a chef. I would be going into school dinners in Nelson School. Well, yeah, it was primary school, had lunch. I would have Cumberland sausages and stuff. And I remember the kids laughing at it because they never saw like a proper sausage sandwich before. And I was embarrassed because all my friends had cucumber sandwiches or like ham and cheese sandwiches. And here I am having like different cuts of meat, whether it be Cumberland sausage or roast chicken sandwiches. And they would laugh. So I was kind of embarrassed, but then I knew that at home we were eating good. My dad would bring home lamb chops and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And it cost a lot of money back then. My dad would just sneak it home. So I knew that I was eating good from an early age. And once my dad left the hotel, we opened up his own pubs, kitchens in around London. I grew up in the kitchens, helping in the kitchens, doing starters, just being there because there was no one to look after me. You know what I mean? After Nelson School, I would go and all the way to West London, Putney Bridge, and just hang around. And I might as well help doing the starters. So that's how I kind of got into the kitchen at a very young age. And then at the age of 16, I enrolled in catering college. I left Langdon early in year 10. And then after that, I went to catering college.
Where was that college?
Dagenham. Barking and Dagenham.
So not France then?
Well, it wasn't France. Do you know why? Because I wanted to get into King's College, but you needed qualifications. I didn't finish my GCSEs. And the one in Barking and Dagenham, you know, it fitted my criteria. So, so I went for that one. Okay.
And then, so after college, how does it go?
After college, straight away work. Obviously, I have family that's in the catering industry. They tried to get me into Harvester because they can get you a job after. Do you know what I mean? They was like, you got your job in Harvester. You can be a grill chef, £6 an hour. And that was good money back then, boy. I was like, mate, like Harvester. I was like, no, I needed something more hands-on. So I joined my uncle in his small Thai and English pub kitchen. We was doing things from like Thai green curry to steak and chips to bangers and mash to massaman curry. It was sick. And that was when like it took off, man. Like work experience, like getting a job helped me. Leaving college and having a full-time job, having a section to hold was like, yeah, it was good. It made me become a man, to be honest with you, bro.
Did you ever like have to travel far for, you know, training? And
I remember the pub was in St John's Wood, North London. We still lived in East Ham, so it'd be traveling. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And not just traveling, working with family members, and you know, when they're running small independent businesses, you know how to run a business. So I would go shopping with them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Before we open, so I would know where to get all the produce from. So it's about it. I'm blessed because I learned the trade from my family, a trade of just hustling with food. You know what I'm trying to say? And I have to say hustling with food because I'm not from a business family where we have a good business background. We're just, my parents know how to cook and they made it here, and they made, and I turned my parents' business into a hustle that's just blown up right now. So yeah, I have to put it out there. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because that was a question I was gonna ask you, you know, who kind of taught you how to cook, but then who taught you the business side of things? Like a lot of people don't really have that kind of education, or, you know, that kind of, you know, outside input into their life. You might be good at something, but it's like you can't really speak to someone that's already been there and done that and just can really help you along that way. But it sounds like your family was that support system.
Not just family, but it's a bit of experience, bro. Because when you're in the catering industry and you work in restaurants, you know, the head chef or the company is going to look after you. They see you're a young, keen person that's willing to learn, and they're going to drop gems. And that's what I did. I took on the gems, man, that the head chefs were dropping, or the managers, and you learn the trade. So when there was spare time, I would see the stock, and you would be in control of stock one time. So you just really got to take the opportunities, you know what I'm trying to say, and learn from it. So being in the industry for over 15 years, you just learn more than just cooking, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? 100%. Like, especially coming from all different types of catering background, from market restaurants, from market stalls to restaurants, to Michelin star restaurants, to pub kitchens. I had a lot of experience. So I could be cooking fine dining meal for two. I have that experience, or I have experience to feed 100 people from staff meal, because I've had the experience from working in a hotel, cooking for staff meal. So it's just about how much experience you get to have as a chef. You know what I'm trying to say? What sections have you been running, and what type of catering you have been exposed to? And I'm just lucky that I've been exposed to many. Do you know what I mean? Eastern and Western. Let's talk about that. You know what I'm trying to say? My culture being, my parents being from the East, but growing up in the West. So it plays a big part of what King Cook Daily is. You know what I'm trying to say? How my food is put out there definitely plays a big part.
Talk about how it was, maybe, you know, coming from where you're coming from with your background, and then kind of finding yourself in the world of Michelin star restaurants and fine dining. Like, how was that experience for you?
That was an eye-opener, mate. That was an eye-opener. I got addicted. I was geeking out, because when I left college, you know, like I said, I didn't go France. I was classically trained, but it wasn't France. So I was a cocky chef. I thought I was a sick chef working in a pub, you know, doing loads of covers. I thought I was sick, man. And then when I got the chance to really work with a reputable chef, a French chef, in Spain, in a 5-star hotel, things just changed from there. The levels just opened my eyes. I knew that there was levels to everything, from coffee to water to whiskey to just cutlery and cookery. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, everything. Everything just kind of like hit me at once, and I was on it. I was geeking out, and I was in love with fine dining. And from that day, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a chef, a respectable chef that knew a lot in the kitchen. So that was my route. That's it. I knew, like, this is what I'm pursuing. I'm not going to go to a grill chef or a sushi restaurant. I want to go into a fine dining industry. So that's what I did.
Yeah. How long did you do that for? And at what point did you firstly become vegan, and secondly decide to, you know, open your own restaurant and make vegan street food?
So jumping in fine dining for a strong 10 years, because I was geeking out so much, man. I had eaten in so many restaurants, spent so much money. I had nothing saved up. I worked for so many years, and all I did was just eat my way around, man. You know, where I was. If I was in Spain, I would be eating around the restaurants in Spain, and yearly holidays, we'll go to Asia just to eat. We'll go to Thailand, Laos, Singapore just to eat. So it was expensive holidays, you know what I mean? And it was expensive lifestyle, but I needed to do that because I wanted to see what other restaurants were doing. And I wanted to learn, and that was just part of the game. So that's what I did. And I was geeking it so hard that eating things that were so unhealthy for me that I kind of got sick of it, bruv. I got sick of just eating so much and just working so hard. I needed a shift in like my life. You know, my girlfriend was pregnant. Well, we're married now. Girlfriend at the time was pregnant with London, our first son. And I knew then that I needed to get ready for parenthood. So I needed a big shift in life. And I was on a quest, to be honest with you. And I got in touch with Buddhism again, my roots, and looked into vegetarianism at first. And that was in 2009. And that's when everything changed. I took about a year off, stepped back in catering, and just started focusing on health and started meditating again and just getting ready for parenthood. And then that's when things started falling into place with veganism and vegetarianism. So I was vegetarian for 5 years and became vegan in 2014. So 2014, I became vegan, tried that out for a year. It was sick. And then the next year, I opened Cook Daily in 2015.
Was it a success straight away?
Straight away, it was a success because I knew what I need to do.
Is that a common story, being a success straight away in a restaurant business?
No, definitely not. It's to do with your experience and who you know and how well you know the area. I'm a born and bred Londoner. I knew what London was missing, and I knew what London needed, and they needed something like this to happen. And I knew that I was the person. So to be honest with you, I saw that, and I had confidence in cooking. You know, my wife had confidence in front of house. Like, this is us. So we knew it was going to be a success, but we didn't know how it was going to like shape like the London scene, the London vegan scene. Do you know what I mean?
What about being from Newham and growing up the way we grew up added to that clear entrepreneurial spirit that you have and that determination? Like, what about being from Newham made, you?
Yeah, massively, man. I guess it's just a confidence thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, having confidence, like opening up Cook Daily. My next door neighbors were Korean barbecue, Porkies, which is like, heavy pork, fish and chips, Mexican meat. And I was the first vegan place in Shoreditch, Box Park, to open up and have a big sign with my graffiti logo saying vegan, no blood, no bones. You had to have balls to do that. So that's what I came up with. Like, I came in an aggressive way. I disrupted the catering industry in a big way by just opening up Cook Daily, saying vegan, no blood, no bones. We had no official price, no official closing time, no website, and we just cooked, and it was through word of mouth. And then that was it, mate. It just blew up. Within a week, we was established, we was established within a week. We had queues at the door, man. Like, everybody knew what Cook Daily was, and Shoreditch was popping. But what I took from where we grew up was just the confidence, because I knew it's East London still. I'm local. My parents have had business around here for ages, so it was like home. It was like home to me. I think the first day I was cooking in my flip-flops, my slides, man. That's how home it felt.
Post-lockdown, what does the restaurant experience look like? And what will change in your spot? I know you're very adaptable anyway, because when I come back from Jamaica like late March, and it was like everyone was talking about there's no food on the shelf and there's no this, and I'm thinking whatever. When I come back, I was struggling. I shouted you, and I was like, I need some food, and you dropped some things here, and you was like, right, my business model's changed. Like, I'm kind of, you know what I mean? That was crazy. Like, you was like in the zone, like you was on it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what East Ham, that's what growing up in Newham gave me. It gave me that confidence, and not just confidence, but that hustle mentality. Like, everywhere had closed down. I had a kitchen, and I was just hustling with my Instagram phone, linking people, cash in hand, and I was still surviving. So that is what East Ham gave me. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, I was okay, man. I was in contact with the people from South London, Essex, everywhere, all over London, and that's what Cook Daily represents, man. So yeah, I did adapt very well, and it was good to see you, man.
Yeah.
A crazy time as well. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy. We couldn't even spot each other. You know what I mean? It
I
was
know.
Yeah, no, it was mad. But yeah, soon, man. What was it looking like when we're out of this? Have all the restaurants survived around where you are?
No, a lot have closed down. A lot have gone for good. A lot have changed their concept. So right now, it's just about adapting. But what I see in the future is Cook Daily trying to get into the mainstream places, man. I think it's about time now. I've done it now. 5 years. I've built the brand. We're still independent. We've done it like organically, guerrilla growth style. So right now, I just feel like I need a chance to have my product stocked in all the supermarkets where everybody can have a taste of my creations, my food, man. Not everyone can come down to Shoreditch, do you know what I'm trying to say? And I've got a lot of fans all over the place, whether it be Birmingham, in London, in England, or abroad. So I just want to have my products where people can reach. That's my one-time goal, brother.
All right, to end on, a couple quick fire ones for you. Favorite all-time restaurant or takeaway spot in Newham?
Newham? Okay, it's got to be a South Indian place called Vasanta Bhavan, outside East Ham train station. I come across that 10 years ago, and ever since then I found out about South Indian cuisine and I educated myself on it. It's been an amazing journey.
Yeah, not Panorama Chip Shop, no, not.
I'm a vegan now, brother. I'm a vegan now.
All right, best dish you've ever eaten, firstly?
Yeah, it's a meat dish, probably on holiday. It's probably going to fall into like something like Wagyu beef, Kobe beef or something. That experience, the first time I had like that fine quality beef was just mind-blowing, and I realized that there was just there's different levels to everything, and it just got deeper then. So it'd probably be I would say Japanese Wagyu beef, Kobe beef. But I mean, nothing's like going to blow my mind with like vegetable produce right now. But yeah, so that's the answer that I'm giving you now. Yeah, man, definitely, it's got to be that, because I remember that it's stuck in my head. You know what I mean?
Best dish you've ever created?
The best dish that sells well in Cook Daily is my signature dish, which is called a high grade. And I like to think of that as a new flavor of a sweet and sour, smoky barbecue all in one. Yeah, it's the high grade, and you can only get that at Cook Daily.
Last one, if you could cook for anyone, who would it be?
Do you know what? I think the past, I'll cook something for Bruce Lee. I'll cook anything he wants.
Yeah, I fucking bet you will. And he ain't paying either.
And present, there's so many, but I'll be honest with you, like, let's talk about I really want to meet my childhood hero one day, and that's Jackie Chan.
Okay.
Like, just be thick, man, do you know what I mean? Like, my childhood heroes I watch on TV, just actually sit in a room with your heroes. That's got to be massive, you know what I mean? Like, my superstar heroes, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, definitely. I would love to cook for them, past and present.
Okay, I respect. King, we're proud of you, man.
Newham resident.
Bro, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro, man. Thank you for showing me the way, brother.
Nah, of course, man. And hopefully see you soon and everyone can be back at your spot.
Thank you, bro. Peace.